That's what I'm trying to say. Why, you know? But why do we have to be superior to other cultures? We don't, you know. Obviously, other cultures don't see it as that's why. You know,
Okay, hold on,
just
wait,
straight-
Carlos. You don't understand what I just did to
me.
Dre. I just bitch slapped the
He
fuck out
didn't
of him with a
bitch me.
gun.
Oh,
It didn't pop me.
yeah, just so you killed him.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was pretty brutal.
Why am I
I'm gonna
running
leave you
off?
alone.
I'm always like super away from you guys.
Hi guys, welcome. Oh wait, hold on. That sounds terrible.
Fuck, hi guys.
Oh,
Hooray!
Carlos, put that fucking gun down. You're supposed to be in the shot, dude.
No,
You can't see you.
Come on. Okay.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode 4 of CGTV, where geeks can be free. My name is Dre Lee. You already know the shit.
Bitch!
So I guess what I wanted to talk about today, well, I guess I mean every day. Let's talk about something, you know, light and easy. You know what I'm saying?
What do you want to talk about?
The racial climate in America.
That is not light and
That's not
easy.
easy. Oh my god.
I think it's simple, man. Like if you really think about it, it's not like rocket science. You know, it's
It's not like
simple.
Rocket League?
Like in your shut up. In your opinion, do you think that America is primarily a racial-free zone or primarily a racial zone? Meaning, like,
I don't think it's a racial.
most of the country and most instances, whatever.
Incidents?
It's not race that comes into any kind of call or anything. It's just mainly just, you know, everyone can see everybody. Most people are colorblind, or is it more everyone? I think, or is it, you know, it's always race all the time.
In a way, it is. Even if
For the
you.
most part.
I mean, yeah, because if you think about it, oh, man, dude, because
That's I mean, that's.
it's like I have what I want to say, but at the same time the words are hard to because like okay, so for me, I wouldn't say it's 100% racist or it's not 100% colorblind because regardless, some people react to other people differently, truly based on the color of their skin, and it's true, like that shit's not, you know what I mean, like. It's always a controversial issue because some people are like, oh yeah, but we can all be colorblind and we can all live like one race under the sun, the human race, which I truly believe that. I actually think that if we all actually banded together and we all actually like tried, we could all become family and just become no like black race, white race, Asian race, none of that. We could just become one race, you know what I mean, like just one human race and just be fine with each other.
Yeah, but what do you feel about now? I'm not asking like what's the dream. I mean, we all know Martin Luther King had a dream. I'm just talking about what's now. How do you feel it is now, though?
Yeah, we haven't progressed
God
at all. Look at all those videos on social media, man.
Yeah, about cops
Still,
killing people, and it's just
now,
like,
man. It's like now,
and
not only that, and then yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of videos on social media man, about people, you know, saying, you know, something about just some dudes because he spoke Spanish. I don't know if you guys saw that. There was a dude.
yeah, there were in the
the-
airport, the fucking
the
guy was in the wheelchair, and
Do you think that it's more so now the country is more racial than it ever been now due to the election, or is it just out and about now that people are just being open about it?
That's what I threw.
I feel
you know
like
what?
go ahead, Carlos.
Well, yeah, no, I'm just saying, people now, I think people were just like hiding their true feelings. You know what I mean? The election, all this stuff. I feel like people that would have those, you know, racial feelings or whatever from before, they feel like now, oh, you know, a person in power has said all this stuff. Why wouldn't I say anything? You know, there's no reason for me to hide my.
So it's
about these things.
so yeah, okay.
Like, you know, yeah, I don't think
that makes sense. It's more along the lines that they feel it's okay because a person in power has said it before.
Yeah, so it's like now nobody. You know what I mean?
I see what you're saying there.
Because it's like
it's
if
more
you
of
didn't
a
have those feelings, what would make you come out and start feeling like that out of nowhere? You know what I mean? No, you already feel like that from before, but you just never felt like you
you were afraid to say it. Because of repercussions, because there was a black president and all that shit.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
But
that makes sense. I mean that does make sense. But what I was meaning though is that like in
That lady in Walmart.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
I
pretty
saw
much.
that one too. Yeah.
But did you hear what that white lady said that got just glossed over? Like, she was going at the lady that was speaking Spanish, but then the black lady was like, "Are you ignorant?" And she's like, "Is a nigger calling me ignorant?" Like, she dropped hard on
that
nigger,
lady
and
was,
the black lady didn't even react to it. She didn't even react to that. She was just like, "Yeah, stop talking about Mexican. Go, you know." She didn't even care about.
See,
the nigger
I feel
thing.
like I feel like more people need to be like that. You know what I mean? Just kind of like, I mean,
More
I
people
understand.
Like
I understand
more
that, like,
people need to be like what?
like the black lady who just kind of like passed it on and was like, whatever. You know what I mean? And just be kind of like don't, like, you know what I mean? They like,
don't let it get to you. Or what?
yeah,
What do you
kind
mean?
of. You know what I mean? Just like oh
Yeah.
Just
I
fucking
agree with
pass
that.
it off. You know what I mean? Like, don't let it affect your life. Don't let it affect your mood. Don't let it control your life. Like that.
If
That's
it
why
has
that word
no
has so much power. You know what I mean? Like, that's why that has
if it
words
has
has
no
so much
reaction, why aren't people going around calling people fluffy tits and like, you little silly butt? Like, no one's saying it because it has no reaction, because people just think you're stupid for using it. So they try to use some worse and worse things to get reactions. So if someone calls you like a nigger, or, you know, the S word, or, you know, all those other stuff, if you don't react to it enough times, and a lot of people don't react to it, guess what? They're not going to use it because it just makes them look like an idiot.
Exactly. And that's why I truly believe, like, if saying the word gives the word power. You know what I mean? In also another sense of the way.
No, reacting to the word.
Sorry, that's what I meant.
Reacting does.
Reaction to the word gives the word power.
Like, okay, so I'm gonna say this about, because I think because I want to say, okay, let's talk about the N word straight up. This is because that's a very polarizing word. It's a major word that has been an issue for like a good 30 years. Rather not, black people can say it, why can't white people say it? But what about Puerto Ricans say it? Like, Latinos say it? Like, what race can say it? Asians say it?
I said this before. Because you did ask me this question earlier.
Yeah.
And I'll say it again. I don't think anybody should be entitled to say the word. You know what I mean? Even if you're a black person.
I mean, it's you said before. Give your reason.
Because it's like that, you know, like knowing the history behind the word, you know, knowing what, you know, the context it was used, you know, the context that the word was used in. You know, I don't think you are being very considerate, you know, by using that word, especially when it comes to, you know, referring to people of your own race, you know, because, you know, the word was used negatively.
Yeah.
Before, and it still does now.
Extremely
like the lady Walmart.
Yeah, it's still used
like,
as a hateful slur.
So it's like that dictionary thing that Shader found. It's like, why would
that
you,
I sent to you guys.
You know, it's like, why would you?
I can actually,
people,
if one of you want to, if you guys want to pull it up and read it off, because it says the exact
I'm just
same.
saying, like, I'll pretty much just explain it right now. It's like, why would? Pretty much what it said is like, why would you go around calling people of your own race, you know, such, you know.
A hateful word,
It would just be like you calling another Salvadorian or like Latino, you know what I mean, a racial slur as well.
You know.
Okay, so I'll say what is going to be obligatory. I'll say right now, because I know what is like the black people say. What was the reason why they were using the N word, saying like, you know, nigga in the song and stuff like that? They said, well, what we did is they used that word for hate, and we took it back, and we're using it for our own thing. And this is my thing to that. Why did you need to take it back? Why is it something important to have? Like, why is a word that was used? Why is a word that was used? Hold on. Why is a word that was used while your great ancestors were being raped to make more stock to be slaves, when your ancestors was getting beat and picking cotton, and your ancestor was being killed because he looked at a white woman and was called that word? Why so much do you want to have that word? Just tell me, what's the purpose of having that word?
There's not a single purpose. I don't see a single purpose. Why not just get rid of it? Why not just get rid of it? You know?
It's just laziness.
My thing is though, is that like
this is how I feel about it, right? In a way, I feel like it's. In a way, I think. Well, not in a way. I think I truly believe this 100%. It's when it comes to like, it's not, how do I put it? Okay, it's not healthy to, you know, to continue saying that word, because in a way you're kind of like continue to carry, you know, the history behind it, you know, instead of like getting like, by using the word, you won't get past the fact, you know, that you're this race or you're that race, you know what I mean? Because, you know, it's in a way we're just kind of differentiating, you know, ourselves from the other person by calling us, you know, that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Which is,
and the thing that's even, dumb about it is the whole thing about no, it's a term of endearment. It's like no, it's used in all different ways. Like they were like kill that nigga and put that nigga up, and I don't fuck with that nigga. He's a bitch. Or there's like yo, you my nigga. Like you just use it for any kind of.
You use it. You use it as like, a.
It's essentially the person as that. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know, as a,
see, that's the thing.
It's like my thing is this.
My
thing is this. Would you look at, let's say, okay, you have your baby girl or your baby son or whatever. You tell me you gonna look at your baby and be like, "Come here, little nigga," and feel like you don't. I mean, come on, like you know good as well. If you are doing that, you're doing it as a joke, and you know it doesn't make sense, and it looks, like it's not an endearing thing. It's just stupid. Don't keep. My thing is just like you say, Carlos. I don't think anybody should use it. I think the word should die. Why the hell is that word standing the test of time and going 400, 500 years? Like, let it die. You don't see Mexicans or Latinos or Hispanics calling each other beaners or my spick. Like, no one is doing that. You don't see Italians calling each other my wop. You don't see Irish people calling each other mix.
Like, I've heard people call, like, inanimate objects the N-word, too. And it's like, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? Like...
Well, yeah, and it was like, man, this damn nigga PlayStation ain't working.
Exactly. I've actually heard people say that. And, like,
I was like, why you called it that? Because it's black?
What's so crazy though is that like, just like in general, the word is such a ridiculous word to be using in any term of any other way, because like I know people who on Facebook are like complete social justice warriors and they fight for, and they heavily believe in like Black Lives Matter and all that shit. Like,
that's a whole nother discussion. I'm sorry, I absolutely dislike SJWs. I'm sorry.
I'm with you on that one.
I don't like SJWs.
I'm with you.
I don't like, the Trump supporters either, but I think SJWs are making this world so sensitive and so cookie cutter, like cut down, that it's going to make a bunch of sensitive Nancy Pampy Wamby babies.
I
don't know what I was going with.
Well, that's different. That's a different discussion.
Everything is offensive.
Listen,
oh my God, did you assume my gender? Did you assume my race? Did you assume that I was human? Like, get the hell out of here. It's so much just ridiculousness.
It's fucking ridiculous. But see,
that's a real thing.
Point is, though,
I mean, it's a real thing. If you have any feeling, about any circumstance that isn't a feeling of like a bunch of teenagers or anybody feel, or a bunch of like super liberal people feel it, then guess what? You can't sell this burger now because we all think that you're an offensive, fascist asshole.
Misogynistic asshole. What? Yeah.
Like when Razer made that fucking video about, remember Razer on Twitter? They posted a thing showing that they have a USB drive. And they made it look like it was like a erection because some other computer company didn't have one, and so they really showed theirs, and it was like, and it had some kind of tongue-in-cheek comment about we get up or you can insert anything, something like that. And so some SJW was like, oh my God, that's so offensive because it's like he's talking about gender roles, and it's like, are you fucking kidding me? And so they had to make an apology because of a USB drive. Are you kidding me?
It was fucking ridiculous, dude. That's the thing,
dude.
Okay, so like to me, it's like, okay, yeah, go do your thing, fucking whatever. But the moment you shove it down like towards me or down my throat, it irritates me. Like
hell yeah.
Like there was a thing on Facebook, and it was a PSA, right? And it was a person that was a social justice warrior, and they were talking about pretty much the same thing we just talked about, right? And they were saying, like, you shouldn't use the N-word in any circumstance of the word. So then I commented on the post, and I said, don't you use that word, though, for, like, everyday life, though? I was like, the fact that, I was like, the hypocrisy is real with you, because the fact that you use that word more times than I heard any other person use that word, but then you're going to go out and put a fucking PSA on Facebook saying we shouldn't use the word or we shouldn't do anything, when literally last night you used... Yeah, last night, so, like, listen, like last night, she went live, right? Said the word on a live
black lady
Facebook
or
thing.
A white lady?
Yeah, black lady. So she said it. She said it on a live like Facebook thing, and then literally the next morning, she then put a PSA out saying we shouldn't say the word, right? And so as I commented, I was like, but didn't you say the word like last night? You know what I mean? Like, weren't you just saying that word? And then she freaks out and she's like, yeah, but it's an offensive word now, and I realize that and stuff like that. And it's just like. And then in the comment, she literally called me the N-word. And I'm just sitting there like, you literally just said it to me though, after complaining that it's an offensive word. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? And like, and I say, I hate hypocrisy in general.
Like, well, that's my whole thing. Okay, so I understand the need for SJWs. Okay, I'm gonna say it right now. Disclaimer: I understand the need for some SJWs because they're out there because of situations where a bunch of hateful people say hateful things to a whole section of people, and that stuff hasn't gone in check back in like the 70s and 60s and stuff like that. That people actually end up having hurtful lives and killing themselves and being killed and treated like poorly because they didn't have anybody stick up for them. And I understand that point, but it's going overboard where it's like you're policing every piece of language that you don't like. They shouldn't be allowed to say. And I'm sorry, we live in a country that has freedom of speech. If you don't want freedom of speech,
that's literally one of our main amendments.
Go to North Korea and enjoy life there, or go to another communist place and enjoy life there where there's no freedom to say what you want to say. Like, I grew up in the way of, okay, Tommy says this, Jane says this, Tyrone says this, Carlos says this. They're saying what they want. Because I don't like it, I can go somewhere else. I can't tell Carlos, you can, oh, I didn't mean to do that. I can't tell Carlos, you could say this, but you can't say this, Jeffrey, because I find it offensive. And Jeffrey's rights are being infringed because how come Carlos has more rights to do what he wants, but I can't do what I want? And so that's what got the perpetual shit of white privilege. White males, you can't do this, you can't do this because you're privileged. Man, that privilege was around in the 40s and 50s when there was a lot of racial shit in the 1800s. Right now, it's not really there. Like, I know people go like, no, white people still get an advantage.
Everybody's just like, oh, all white people are fucking privileged. It's like, no, we're not. Like, do you understand that? Like, do you actually understand what privilege means? You know what I mean?
Carlos,
like, I don't know, dude. Like, I hate when fucking people say that it's like, oh, it's white privilege, and it's just like, the fuck you mean? Like a lot of videos on a lot of like a lot of videos like Carlos talked about earlier about the whole cops situation like that. Like, oh, you wouldn't see this happening to a white guy because he has white privilege or some shit like that. And it's just like, what the fuck are you talking about?
And the thing that is crazy about that is the most wealthy people in the world are Saudi Arabian. Like, it's not white people that are controlling most of the wealth. There's a lot of Saudi Arabians that are the richest people on the planet by billions of dollars. Like, in America, yes, white people are the majority. And because of that, a higher percentage of them are doing more well off than others because that's just math.
This thing also raised another issue for me. Which is
what?
I also hate when people use that as, you know, how to say it, as, you know, to like.
Carlos, can you get with the rest of us here?
Yeah, I'm coming. I was just thinking.
Okay.
But you know, people use you know, oh, you know, freedom of speech to justify stuff, to justify stuff that they have said that will offend other people. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, I'm all for.
Bacon's just an asshole.
I know.
Yeah.
Let me kill him right now.
Jesus.
No, but
Oh, I got him.
You know, nice. I completely agree with you on that.
Yeah, you know, because people, it's like, okay, I'm all for freedom of speech, but there's a difference, right? That doesn't mean that you can say anything that you want. Like, for example,
that doesn't mean you don't understand fucking what's right and wrong to say.
Like somebody calling somebody the N-word. Oh, but you know, like there's little people out there that will say, oh, but I have freedom of speech, I can say whatever I want. Well, yeah, but there's a difference, you know. You know, yeah, you know, saying what you think about
goddamn,
others, you know, certain stuff doesn't mean that you gotta you can say whatever you want to the point that you become racial or you know, hurt people or whatever.
Well,
you know what I mean?
That's true, because freedom is freedom.
I hate how people use that term to say the dumbest things too, and it's stuff that will actually hurt other people.
Yeah, you know, it's actually
opinion, there's
really
a difference, you know. Yeah, you will have freedom of speech, and that's great, that's amazing. But at the same time, don't try to use that and justify, you know, as a justification to say stuff that will be hurtful to others, or you know, whatever. But a lot of people do that, and that's, you know, it's, I don't know.
Well, yeah, I agree, because okay, you have freedom of speech, and okay, that's all well and good, but we also have freedom. Period. Doesn't mean we're allowed to kill people and kick babies in the forehead and be like, I have freedom. You also have morals, and you know.
That's the thing. That's the thing. So a lot of people use that term, freedom of speech, in order to justify stuff that is not, you know, stuff that has said that is, in my opinion, not morally right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I know.
and it comes, you know, and this I know I've seen and known plenty of people that have done that. It's like, okay, man, there's a difference, you know. Just because you have freedom doesn't mean that you can freedom of speech doesn't mean that you can literally, you know,
doesn't mean you can say
go
and
around
do
being
what
an
you
asshole.
want. Yeah.
Like, I mean,
Yeah.
you can be an asshole. I'm saying that, but it doesn't mean that anyone has to accept you for that. Like, it doesn't mean that we gotta be like, oh, well, you're just an asshole. Oh God, no. Okay. I feel like, well, yeah, it's like we have freedom. I think social justice warriors go too far. Like the fact that there's like feministed women, that lady that was in the car with the Uber driver. Come on, the lady that was in the car with the Uber driver, and the guy had a hula dancer on his dashboard, and she went on to say that, oh my God, that perpetuates the rape of the Hawaiian culture. You're raping me. You're sexually harassing me by having that. Take it off. And the guy was like, no, I have that because I like it. It's just a little, you know, bobblehead hula doll. And she kept like recording. She's like, everybody's gonna fucking kill you. I'm gonna put this on every website, and they're gonna fucking destroy it. And she was laughing. And then there's another girl in there with him, and she was like, dude, you're an idiot, get out the car. And she was like, oh my God, you're such the white male patriarchy, I'm gonna break it. And it's just like, oh my God. You are literally becoming what you hate. What you hate is a bully system that makes someone feel like they don't belong. And you are literally doing the same thing to someone who's he's an Uber driver. He is not a baller by any means. He's just trying to help make money and make ends meet. And you're up here like trying to ruin his life, and it's just like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Not to mention the stuff that happened in this state alone with the lady talking to, if y'all saw the video, Humongous, right? The guy who said his name was Humongous.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that happened here. That happened in Seattle, yo. That happened right down the road.
Really?
And the guy was at a courthouse. Yeah, the guy was in courthouse to try to make sure his daughter went to rehab because his daughter got locked up for doing some kind of crazy shit on drugs. And so he went to the court to help talk to the judge to make sure he didn't throw his daughter in jail, but actually got her to a rehab facility. And so while he came out, this lady comes out and tries to get him on camera and talk to him. And he's like, my name, I'm not telling you my name. So he made up a fake name. And so she's like, Humongous, this guy's trying to harass me. He's sexually harassing me and screaming. And the guy's like, okay. He just said a bad dad joke. And he was trying to get away. She kept screaming at him. She called all the guys assholes and dicks and bitches. They never insulted her. And now she like made a GoFundMe to help her through her trying time. And she kept saying that America's a rape culture and all this type of stuff. And I'm like, what?
Oh my God, there was
She's an Indian lady from India, and I know in India it's an actual rape culture where men literally can go and rape a chick, and her word against theirs, they'll win. Like that's how it is in India. They'll get defense from rape in India. She would need her father or her husband to step up and say that she was actually raped. Yep. That's in India. Now that's a rape culture. Like in America, to try to act like every male is raping a female because of a look at a girl or saying that you look pretty.
Let's actually go on to that whole how women like throw that word. Okay, not saying all women, but a lot of women like to throw that word around. And here's the thing. I don't know if you guys ever saw it, but on Facebook they had this post a while back, and it was this kid who was just found not guilty for a rape charge that this woman accused him of. And she had gotten no repercussions, and always on like the end of the little post. It's always,
she admitted that she lied about it.
Yeah, about that black kid. You know what I mean? And it's fucked up because like over here, over fucking here, dude.
Oh, yeah.
If a woman says that you raped her, the dude is almost 99% fucking charged, dude.
Yes.
Almost 100%. Yeah. Almost 100% of the fucking time, dude. That guy is definitely guilty, and he always gets fucking sent away, dude. And it's bullshit, dude. It is fucking bullshit.
Well,
dude.
not 100% of the time.
That's what I said. Almost 100% of the time. But the guy gets fucking
it's not 100%.
Sent away.
It's 100% of the time people believe he did it, no matter what. Even if he gets off, people believe, okay, he was accused of rape, so I don't want him around my child, and I don't want him around me because he might actually. And it could be a complete lie, but it ruins you. It ruins
you know what's
your
also
life,
crazy? What I'm saying though is I find it ridiculous, dude. Like over here, over in America. Women have like their word of mouth is almost like so it's so like kind of looked upon,
Okay,
and it's kind of fucked.
I got a question that I just gotta get answered, and I want to know, and I'm not asking this like as an insult to women or anything at all, okay? Because I saw, okay, calm down, lady. Because I saw, you know this. Oh God, Cheddar, leave me alone.
Hey, dude.
I saw this. Okay, so this ad, you know, the main thing that's been said for years is women make 70% for the same job that a man will make 100% for. She makes 70%. She makes 30% less, essentially, for the same job. And there you go, Carlos. And so I hear that, and I'm just like, okay. And so they were like saying, oh, the reason is because the man will have more confidence to go and ask for a raise where a woman won't. And so that's why they make more. And I was like, okay. And I'm just like, where is this study where they say a man makes more for the same job? Because I know I work retail. I'm not making more. It's a base salary that you get. And so I'm like, they're acting like, when I hear that, I'm thinking, are they saying every job in America that a man works, a woman makes less for it? That's not true. And then they said, and also at bars and at mechanic shops and pretty much any place, women pay more for stuff than men have to. That is also not, like, I don't know, like, can I just, where exactly is that happening? I just want to know where exactly, because I used to run a shop for 3 years, and I never, when a female customer came in, thought, okay, I'm going to get extra money from her. Never. And I'm like, where, like, I know that was a thing back in the 50s and 60s, right? But is that a thing nowadays where women are being hustled and getting paid less for jobs? Because I just don't understand where that's true. Like, I mean, I literally want someone to tell me what, like, fact is, like, and I want an actual fact, not a Google, the first search result that came up, because I mean actual fact. Because if you look on the YouTube channel, Let Me Know, he like debunks a lot of stuff all the time because he does actual research. He goes into the dark web and research everything, not just a Google search card that has a wiki. That, you know, anyone can edit a wiki. You know, anyone can edit and put anything into a wiki.
Exactly. See,
and
like,
I'm not saying that women are lying. That it's just every time I hear that, I'm just like, where is a woman making less than a dude for the same job? I just want to know where. So you tell me if Hillary Clinton would have became president, she wouldn't make less than Obama was making as president? Like, really? Like, I just want to know where. Is that actually true?
See, I don't know.
Because it's like almost their favorite quote to say is, women, I make less than a man for the same job. And I'm like, I don't think
they're
that...
saying every job, I don't think that's true.
Well, that's what they say for the same job. Is there one specific
every
job?
job is like this, then I don't think that's true. But if, I don't know, we'll have to look.
So like
it's all about
my thing is though is that like my mom is a manager at a store, and she gets paid the exact same amount as the other manager that's there, which is the dude.
Yeah.
So it's like so me I kind of already know that it's like that's not true because my mom gets paid I think more than the other dude. You know what I mean? Like,
well,
I don't think there's any job that would do that. Like, that just seems like such a unethical thing that could easily bring a lawsuit.
Get the car, guys.
Because
let's go.
I wouldn't base that on just the individual cases that like our own individual cases, you know.
Carlos, come here. Carlos, come here.
Come here. But you know. So, you know, it's actually research that goes all into this. So maybe it's not every job like that. So if somebody's ever saying that every job is like that, then that's obviously a lie.
But it's the same quote for 30 years, though. That's what I'm saying. It's like, I just don't. I believe it was true 30 years ago. But I do not believe it's still true now. Like, I just.
And that's the thing.
I mean, but I'm saying I don't know.
Women have come a long
they're not
way,
giving facts.
like,
They're saying these memes, these catchphrases, you know? And I just want to say, I want to reiterate, I'm not against SJWs. I'm not against that. I'm just saying they go overboard. Just like the red go way overboard, SJWs go ridiculous. I think there's a compromise needs to be made because it's getting out of hand where Charles Jr. has to apologize for stuff, or this random person has apologized because they said something that might be slightly offensive, but it's the way they feel. So it's like you can't feel any way at all. And so that's what creates, literally, that is what creates the new red people, because they're like, dude, I can't feel this way. I'm not even completely a Trump supporter. I'm not also, but you're not completely a Trump supporter, but maybe you feel a way about transgender using the bathroom with your daughter, or something like that. Maybe you have a way that you feel about that specific issue, but because they're like, no, you got to accept everything, blah, 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 blah. Otherwise, you're a racist Nazi. It's almost, like, I'm not
it's almost
that,
as
but
if you have to become
screw you for making me feel that way.
Yeah, it's essentially like you have to become a brain dead wasp following one queen. You know what I mean? You have no more mind, and that's what's honestly bullshit, because everybody's like, oh, you have to be accepted. It's like, okay, cool, I'll accept you for what you are. Don't push that shit down my throat, and don't try to hinder what I do with what you do. Okay, let me do me, you do you, and we'll be fine. That's it. You know what I mean? Like that's my opinion.
That also comes down to like the way of how you let it get to you. Because let's say if I'm feeling, because when I say something, and I say what I feel about a certain issue, I still say it, no matter if you're I'll say it to you. Let's say we're having a conversation, one of you is like complete super crazy, ages SW, whatever, and then I'll still say it. This is how I feel. As long as I'm not harming you, I'm not offending you and stuff, I think it's still alright to tell you how I feel about a certain issue. Now, if you're telling me all this stuff like, oh, well, you shouldn't feel that, it's like, well, why not? You know what I mean? Like,
it's the way I think. I'm not the same as you.
If somebody was to tell me, dude, you're a freaking Nazi or fascist,
that's
whatever,
the thing. The label, they're so quick to label.
I don't care. I don't like that label because I know that's not true. I know this is just how I feel. I'm not offending you in any way. I'm just telling you how I feel. We're having a conversation, so
that's exactly why Trump won.
I don't care because So it's, in a way, it's like also we shouldn't let stuff like that get to us as well. If you feel a certain way about something, as long as you're not harming anybody or offending anybody, and you might offend them in a certain way just by you thinking that certain way. But I'm saying as long as you're not harming them, or whatever. I don't think there should be this. It shouldn't be an issue. You just saying in my opinion, wouldn't be afraid of somebody calling me anything like a Nazi. I'll be like, no, that's not the case. I'm just telling you how I feel.
Exactly. Well, yeah. I mean, I think that's part of what made Trump win is the fact that when certain, I'm not saying all, but certain SJWs label other people. Oh, if you feel this way about anything, that means you're a racist or you're this, that, and the other. Guess what you did? You keep creating people that like me. I'm not a Republican, but I'm not 100% Democrat because there's a lot of things that Democrats want that I'm like, nah, I'm kind of cool on. And there's a lot of things that Republicans want that I'm like, nah, that's crazy. That's kind of hateful. That's kind of this. But I'm not 100% either way. I'm just my own person, and I feel my own way about different things. And so with the SJW, it's like, oh, you are gonna be 100% accepting everything, crazy things, and the thing that I was fearful of is, and I'm not saying they're the same at all, but when it comes to accepting everything, and I do not want to get hate on this, but whatever. When it comes to accepting everything, like transgender, I'm not gonna if you're a transgender, there you go. But my whole thing is you assume my gender thing. I have boobs, I have a vagina, but I'm a guy. Don't assume I'm a girl. And if you call me Miss, you are hateful. You're assuming gender, like that kind of thing. I'm like,
gender I have an
is
opinion on that. I'm gonna let you do your thing real quick.
Gender is biological. It's science. How you feel in your mind, okay, that's good for you. But that's mental, that's emotional, but that's not what is genetic. Like if something went down and you had to go to the hospital and they're trying to figure out what your gender is for some kind of thing, some kind of blood type, something that females can take that males can't take, they can't be like, oh, well, physically it's a woman, but in her role, she feels like a dude, so actually give her what a dude's supposed to take. Like it just doesn't work on the science and the biochemistry of it. So I'm just saying.
What you're saying is pretty much. You thinking something doesn't make it through. And if you feel that way, they think you're a racist Nazi, and I'm just like, no, it's just I'm sorry for the lack of me. I can't get behind that. I can't. I'm like, no, I'm sorry. Transgender, I'm 100% with you on that.
That's different. But I'm saying those YouTube videos where they're saying, oh my God, it's just I can't get with that.
So
I just can't.
This is the problem, right? This is the problem. What is going on is like. It'd be so much easier. Let's say you're a transgender.
I guess it doesn't matter that I don't get with it. It doesn't affect me. It's just.
That's what I'm saying. The problem is when you let's say you don't know this person, a transgender person, and you call her. He feels like a guy, but like physically he's a she. and you call her, you call her a she, whatever, and then they get offended by it when you know what I mean, when you don't actually know, you just go based on what you're looking at, right? So that's the problem. They shouldn't, they shouldn't feel offended by that because there's gotta be a compromise. They gotta understand too. It's like, okay, I look a certain way. Obviously, they're gonna call me what, you know what I mean? I don't know. There has to be a compromise too. Not everybody can be offended by
the
what,
way the way I feel about it.
I know, what was that? Yeah.
The way, yeah, the way I feel about it, and this is just the honest, like this is just my honest,
Oh
just
shit.
me and shit. The way I feel about it is that if you have boobs and a vagina, you're a female. If you have a dick, you're a dude. That's it. That's literally it for me. That okay, be offended. I don't care. I mean, I'm being honest. Like I.
But that's pretty much it, man. If you say anything that has any way where it can be 100% or absolute, you are offensive. You're not giving anybody wiggle room, and you have to give people wiggle room. That's pretty much it. Like,
yeah.
But my whole thing about this was like, so what's the stop? Okay, so the whole thing about transgender and the gender thing is the whole basis of it's not my choice. It's just what I feel like I am, and I can't control it.
Which is cool again.
Now,
okay,
hear me out. No, let me finish what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
hear me out. Hear me out. I had the same discussion with Jared of Late Night Spaghetti. I had the same discussion with him before, and we had this long thing back and forth, but I still, okay. So I was like this. What's to stop pedophiles, and I'm not saying that transgender are pedophiles, okay, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying it's the same thought process because pedophiles feel like they can't control it. They're sexually attracted to children. They can't control it. It's a problem. But they can't help it. Like there was a documentary that was on Showtime that was talking about different people, different issues they have, and those were a part of it. And they were talking about there's nothing they can do. Like they literally try to put themselves in isolation, but they still, if they see a kid, they can't control it. They feel like when they see a kid the same way like a heterosexual male would feel like if they saw an attractive woman. Like it just makes them get aroused. So what's to stop enough of them getting around to get enough of them look around and be like, you know what? We have been persecuted enough. We can't control this. We didn't choose this. God made us this way. I want to be able to like go somewhere and do what I want. And so that's the way I see it. I'm like, if everything is eventually becoming accepted as just, oh, I can't control it. It's just a part of life. Where is the line?
No,
you know, where is the line? Where is there a line?
No,
because and if you do make a line, aren't you alienating people? And so, like, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was wondering. So, I mean, wait, I mean,
okay, I see what you're saying.
I don't think it's
I completely understand what you're saying.
Well, I don't think I personally don't think that it's being accepted in that, like, I mean, maybe for certain cases it is.
But pedophilia is no, it's not. But I'm saying, how long until it does be? Like, is it 10 years away from being acceptable?
But see, Carlos, that's the thing.
If it keeps going the way it is.
Because the whole point of it is that when people are like, oh, gender is not what I am, it's what I feel. You know what I mean? Like, so if we take that feeling and we start using that as fact, we start using that as hardcore fact, and we start accepting that as, okay, yeah, that's how you feel, that's how you're gonna act, that's how you're gonna be. That's it. You know what I mean? Case, point, match, done. You know what I mean?
Look at Lin Lu.
So here's the thing though.
You heard of Lin Lu, right?
Huh?
The girl that has sex with dogs that is like a Facebook celebrity now?
Oh, what?
Like, bestiality is a very, like, it's illegal, it's all this stuff, but Lin Lu, a.k.a. Whitney, Wisconsin, who's known for having sex with animals, like, she's an advocate of it and all this stuff. Like, she's got this huge following on Facebook. People are fans of her. They love her. And she is known for having sex with animals. And animals, just like children, don't know they're innocent. They don't know what they're doing. They're literally being forced into this. And she's becoming an internet celebrity. Like that right there. Yeah, Lin Lu, look it up.
Okay.
Whoa.
Can I expand on this a bit?
Yeah, go ahead.
Wider.
Yeah.
So we're talking about all this, right? Like pedophilia, becoming, maybe becoming illegal if things keep, legal or like acceptable at least if things keep going the way it is, things are going, whatever.
Yeah.
But the basis of it all is all morals, right? It's like what our society sees as morally right and wrong. But
exactly.
but let's say if we were compared to other society, let's say a hypothetical society where, for example, pedophilia was acceptable. You know what I mean? Let's say there was another country, hypothetical, and pedophilia is acceptable in that place, in that culture.
I think it's like that
fine.
in Thailand.
Okay, okay, that's completely fine.
I don't know.
Okay,
but I don't know for sure. So
no,
fact check that.
Yeah. Okay. So my question is,
Oh shit.
where do you draw the line there? Like, what will make our morals better, or like, or more acceptable than the other societies' morals? You know what I mean? Like how we why would we be right and they wrong, or why would they be right and we wrong? You know what I mean? Like, where do you do the, there's no, like different cultures have different, like morals will change from culture to culture. So our
what
views,
you saying?
what I'm saying is, like, our views can, like, differ, it will depends on culture. We'll have different views from, another, for example, there's a culture, there was like some tribe thing going on. There was like some tribe, I don't know where, in the Amazon or something, I cannot give you the sad info. But what they will do is, like, instead of bury their death, they'll eat their death. And yeah, and their excuse, or like well, not an excuse, but the way they explain, why they would do it is because they say that after their people, whoever, their parents or whoever passed, by eating them, they are pretty much having them become part of themselves. You know what I mean?
Whoa.
So it's like, okay, yeah, we see it as a fucking, savagery or whatever, but why does it have to be that way? Why do we have to see it as that way? You know what I mean? And then when they actually, this is a true story too, because it was on a I don't know if I think it was a documentary or whatever, and then they said, oh, we actually, it was like people, like Westerners or American people, I don't know who, like interviewing them. They were like, and they told them, oh, we actually bury our people, and then they were like, what, you guys bury your people? And they were shocked. They saw that as morally wrong. You know what I mean? So like, what I'm trying to say is, like, how the moral, because what we're talking about is all moral based. So we're looking at, what I'm trying to say, I guess, if we're looking at it in our own point of view. You know what I mean? We what is, it's like, are we right? It's just a question. It's just kind of like a thought experiment, like,
I guess, I mean, is American society and American culture the best way to do things, or are we that arrogant to feel that that's just a waste?
Yeah.
But okay, so I completely see your point, yo. You make it's a valid point. Like, it all comes to moral ethics. But where you say that, I can only speak for me, and I'm just speaking for me. That's why I said you can't put anyone on the label, because for me, I accept gay marriage. I accept the gay people. I got nothing, because I love, like, gay marriage, gay people, lesbian, bisexual, pansexual, all that type of stuff. I got nothing. I love. I'll hang out. Like, I don't give a crap. But like, I think even saying that is just like kind of like I'll like a white person being like, oh, I'll hang out with a black person. I'm cool with that. Yeah, but I'm not even saying. I'm just saying it's not a thing. It's not even like, whoa, you're
for you, it's
not
a thing.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, when it goes to, like,
too far,
did you just assume my gender?
That's what you mean.
Like, yes, I assumed your gender. You are that gender. Whether you feel that way, that's up to you, and I appreciate that. But don't say that you're not that, because you're gonna confuse. It's like, come on, you are.
Okay, so I'll say this, plain and simple. The problem is, at least from what we're talking about and what I can understand and see, and hear, whatever. The whole problem in this society, or not the whole problem, but a big part of it, is that everybody is getting offended by everything. So in order to fix the issue, is like, don't be offended. Unless I'm calling you the N-word, or I'm calling you a faggot or whatever. Don't be. No, I'm just saying, like, it's true.
I like how you said the N-word, but then said faggot.
Or the F-word. Okay, man, I'm just saying, because I don't know if people understand what F-word will mean. I don't know.
I know, there's like,
they'll be like, what, fuck?
Don't say fucker.
Yes. But, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, but
I 100%.
The problem is, like, I guess the problem is, like, if somebody's not telling you, as long as somebody's not telling you something that in an offensive manner, don't be offended by it, If they don't
But
mean
do
to be
you agree
offensive,
with
if they don't mean to be offensive, don't be offended. And but that's the problem. A lot of people do get offended even when somebody's not trying to offend them, and then just like,
yes,
oh, are you like? And that's the big
Carlos,
problem.
are you kidding me? Yeah, we work in retail. We know. I mean, at least for a few weeks, you know how people get offended over everything. Like
so that's a big problem in society.
Yeah, it is.
And that's why that's what it's making. Yeah.
Because that brings back to the original point. Our society is becoming way too super sensitive. It is. It's becoming weaker and sensitive.
And I agree with that. Yeah.
And I mean,
because everything is just, like offensive now and then.
Yeah. Where it can't be just everyone just have a sense of humor. Just because this guy feels this way doesn't mean that's who you are and that's your value.
And I wouldn't even call it a sense of humor. Just have understanding. You know what I mean? Just understand that not everybody will have your same point of view. You know, or understand that not everybody wants to offend you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I agree. And I would say that what causes a lot of this right now, like you said before, it's always been there. It's just now it's out and proud because of Trump becoming president. And so it opened up a huge doorway where people who felt, annoyed with the SJWs, and now they're like going too far on their end because they like, hey, you say I'm a Nazi, so how about I become a demon? And that's what they're going with it. And so now that and do you think he actually is going to get impeached? Because that congressman, that African American or black, I'm not saying African American, that's a whole other topic for another day. But that black congressman from Texas is trying to move to impeach Trump. And so do you actually think that's going to happen? Is Trump going to actually be impeached in his first year?
I don't think so.
If they find,
Okay.
I think it might. Dude,
I don't like the guy, but I don't think he's going to get impeached that easily.
If they find some Russian connection, I feel like he might. Maybe not in the first year, but
Oh yeah, because that's treasonous. If he is doing something with the Russian
that would be a big one over anything else. If
they've been talking about that during the whole the run for the election. They were talking about that. Like Hillary kept bringing up the Russian, and he kept saying, "Oh no, that's not a thing." That's a terrible Trump. I'm sorry. I don't fucking know what that was. That was a terrible Trump. But yeah, he kept denying it. But then it's kind of suspect how him and Putin are best friends and shit. And it's like,
not only that, but they have found more stuff. Like I was reading just today, and one of the articles. Well, I just read the headline. I didn't read the article, so I cannot go more expand on this. But I did read on the headline that apparently Kushner, his son-in-law, he wanted apparently, according to the headline at least, he seems like he wanted like some type of private communication line with the Russians or with the Kremlin.
Oh,
so that's interesting.
That is.
He asked the ambassador of Russia here in the U.S. to open a secret communications line with, between him and the Kremlin. So.
I mean, and that would make sense with the way he's trying to cut America off from a lot of the world. And a country that does do that is Russia for a lot of things. And so, but he knows our relationship with Russia and how Russia is a very hateful, like being gay in Russia is illegal. Like you get thrown in jail for being gay. And there's a very backwards company when it comes to just like accepting, stuff like that. Like it's just, and Trump is partnering up with that. I know that's not a shock. He has the same sensibilities as that, you know? But my personal opinion, I think he will be impeached, but I agree with you. It's not going to be this year. It's going to be probably in the future. That's but he's not going to last a whole term. Nobody thought he was going to last a whole term. I don't even think the true Trump supporters thought that, but they just thought he'll last long enough to actually make a change. And so, I mean, so far
I bet some
he
push-ups is getting impeached.
What?
I bet push-ups is getting impeached.
Oh yeah, I'm willing to go down on that. I mean,
you're betting. I mean, no, I'm saying you're betting the same that I am, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Cheddar, though, is not.
But Cheddar says no, he doesn't think he's gonna get impeached at all.
No, wait, no. I didn't say that. I said I don't think he's gonna get impeached that easily. Like not just off of his first term.
No, it's never easy. Impeachment is never easy.
It's not, like they tried to impeach Clinton and they had stuff and they couldn't get rid of him.
That's what I'm saying though. Like I don't think he's gonna get impeached right away. I honestly don't think his first year he's gonna be fine. Maybe even his second year. His third year maybe is when it's gonna happen, or the start of his fourth year. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Just I don't think he's gonna get impeached on his first year.
Yeah, no, I don't think it'll be the first year either.
No, yeah, he's not. He's not. Like,
not.
This was definitely like our most deep one, like, podcast yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I mean, god damn you, Cheddar. But I definitely like. I think it was good. God damn it, Carlos! God damn it! I was just trying to get in the car. Anyway, on that note, thanks for watching. God damn.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, actually, I hope you guys actually, are kind of, you know what I mean, like, kind of see the same viewpoints as us. If we offended anybody,
or if you don't, just like leave your point, dude.
Huh?
Like, yeah, if we offended anybody, then you completely missed the point and leave your, your comment saying that you're offended. But like, leave a comment, because anything, these podcasts are meant to like
they don't have to agree with our points. It's completely fine if they don't, as long as they,
Cheddar is straight up bastard.
No, but for real, if you guys really think we're here to like not offend people or do anything like that, we're doing this for fun, and we're doing it just because we like to do it. So if you're offended,
I mean, but the one thing that I want to get through, like, we're honest, like, we're honestly giving our viewpoints, but everything that is said is not done with any malice or hate.
Harm.
Yeah, it's all just meant to cause discussion. Like, I don't know everything about everything, but I just know how I feel as a 33-year-old black man in America who has 2 daughters. This is how I feel about certain things, and it's just me. And as Anthony, what are you?
18-year-old white boy.
And Carlos?
A Hispanic guy in his mid-20s.
Yeah, that's what I'm just saying. Like, we all got different like backgrounds, ethnicities, and different parts. We're in different parts of our lives, and so while we see things different, like there's no female perspective. I'll give you that. And maybe we can change that with an episode. I mean, like, not opposed to that, but I just think we can only give our points of views, and I think that it's all for discussion. Like, if you have a different way you feel, actually leave a comment.
If we keep playing and we do funny stuff, we'll load up a separate video.
Next episode will actually be fun and
So there's another video that will be in the work, because this video y'all gonna see on Sunday, because it's gonna be Cheddar's gonna do his thing and we'll have it up by Sunday. But the next video after this, if things go according to plan, will be a nice huge collaboration with 2 channels. If things still go according to plan, it will be a nice Overwatch gameplay. So hit this with a like. Please leave.
Overwatch? No, dude. No, hell no.
Shut up.
What is this? 2016, bro? Nah. But yeah, so just damn Cheddar. So like, I don't want to be the YouTuber that's like, leave a like, like if you do want to like, but leave a comment. I don't even care about likes. Leave a comment, because we actually want to know what you think, and we want to talk about it, because strictly, what's the harm? It doesn't hurt you to just leave a thought. What do you think about this? What do you think about it? Because this subject is a hot button that's going on right now, and more people. I want to get a gauge of how people are thinking. Like, Trump won, and things in the country are getting even more weird and more. Everything's racial. Everything's like, if this person was white, if this person was Latino, this would be this way. And it's just like, good Lord, why does race always got to play in everything? Why does everything have to be like what Facebook post meme is? Oh, this black person, how many words will black person not pronounce properly? Go. And it's like all these memes, and it's like, ha, ha, and it's just like, dude, why can't we just stop dividing each other and just be like, be
chill.
A part of each other. Stop pointing out differences amongst each other all the time, because it's joking and stuff like that, but actually it's just reiterating how different we are and how we shouldn't try to act like we, just move that on. That's my whole thing. Because I know that I'm not like most typical black people that you assume black people are all like. And so that's annoying. So let's just like stop labeling what you think a race is going to act like based on them just being a race. That's the one thing that annoys me.
And on that positive note,
all right, GG guys. It was fucking fun.
yeah, y'all have a great one, and later.
And that Shadow loves you guys.
Yeah, definitely, love y'all.
Yeah, Anthony loves y'all. I love y'all. I mean, especially if y'all leave some comments and tell us how y'all feel about something.
Yeah, let us know.
Especially our subscribers,
especially Baby Jared.
Baby Jared, yeah. Actually, Zach subscribed, so Baby Zach.
Can you
Zach Snyder?
Yeah, Zachy, Baby Zach. All right. Anyway, peace out, y'all.
Later.